fuck are you doing here? Trying to sleep. Fuck. That was your fault. Frig. Not doing so well today, guys. Yeah, a couple things are out of order. Oops. Whoopsie. Oops. You're better than me. You're better than me. You have your life in order more than me. So great. So go ahead. Tell me how much more in order it is than me. I don't effing care, man. Yeah, you know what I did? I made a theme song. Okay? Yeah. You know what? Actually, I love that you're judging me right now. Yeah, because a creator's room should be messy. It's a sign of creativity, okay? And you know what I've been creating? I've been creating a little theme song for the show. Said a 1, 2, 3. Well, we created a show and I thought it would blow up. We pitched it to networks, but nobody showed up. They said it lacked equality, they guaranteed longevity. It had no celebrities, so I made a podcast and needed to name it. My friend's mom suggested I could always just frame it with the industry standard term for why the show floundered and call the show No Star Power. I feel better now. And yes, I was reading the lyrics on my phone because it's not fresh in my mind yet because I wrote it today. Fucking hell, man. Fuck, man. God damn it, man. For those of you listening to these band games when they put it up on streaming platforms, I don't look so great today. I made a movie about it. Okay. Newsflash. Sometimes the comedian ain't so hot and dandy. He's got other things going on. And the old noggin could be a dark place, you know. Takes a little while sometimes to get motivated to do these things, man. Even though this is easy to just talk, man. Sometimes, not so much. If you saw my movie, I really appreciate it. It's called My First Movie, and I just put it on my channel. I hope to be making things like that more and more, as well as little sketches, passably. But, it's one of those things where we're just rolling with it, guys, on No Star Power. Thank you for tuning in. We're just rolling with how we feel. And I felt like making a fucking movie, okay? I'm already sucking the algorithm's dick with this band games, all right? I'm putting it out every week. I'm putting it out around the same time, every week, on Tuesdays. So please subscribe, and give a thumbs up, and cam it, okay? So every once in a while, I'm going to make movies and stuff too, okay? There's this little home video I have. It's my older brother and myself when we're little children. And my mother's running, has a camcorder. She's filming down the stairs and she's giving my little brother a bath. But she comes to check on us and she starts zooming in and I'm at the bottom of the stairs and going, "Mah!" And then she's like, "Oh my God, okay." And she's like filming my little brother. And then she comes to the top of the stairs and films down and she sees me and like, "Nah." And then my older brother's with me. He's like, "Ben, chill, Ben." And I'm like, "Julian and I want to go to the ice cream truck across the street." And I enunciated words really intensely when I was a little kid. So, "I want to go to the ice cream truck." And she was like, "No, guys, no, you can't." She's just smiling. And I'm like, "Why not?" And she's like, "Ben, are you kidding me? You're just going to, for the first time ever, I'm going to let you leave the house alone? You're like," she was literally talking to us like that. She's like, "You're 4 years old, Ben." I'm like, "We can do whatever we want to, okay, Mom? Okay?" And I'm all stressed, and she goes, "Ben, Jesus." You can see her laughing. And then my older brother, who's just like obviously the master manipulator kid, and he comes up to me and goes, "Shh, Ben, no." And pulls me up to the side, and he's like, "No, you can't." And I'm like, "Whoa, you can't." He goes, "No." And then suddenly he just appears at the bottom of the stairs and he goes, "Hi, Mom." And he has a really husky voice and he's like, leans against the wall like this. And he's, "How are you doing? How are you doing, Mom?" She's like, "I'm good, Julian." "Good. So Ben and I were just thinking that we could just quickly go to the ice cream truck and hold hands when crossing the street." She goes, "Monk." She called him Monk. His name's Julian. There's no way in hell that you're going across the street." And then he goes, "I'm not." And you can see even him who's in charge is like, "That's so fucked up." He's like, "I thought I had this one in the bag, but you saying no again? Even when I said, 'How are you?' That's fucked up. Mom, that's fucked up. Now you crossed the line." Anyway, old family videos are really funny. Really funny, really funny. Of course, she never let us go. And we have all sorts of other videos. And they all ended up on one tape that doesn't run anymore, so I need to take it to one of those media companies that transfer your media into different forms of media. You're going to take the tape and put it onto a CD, a DVD. Fuck yeah, bro. Drake dropped a new feature. Trippie Redd dropped a new album. And fucking give me... Oh, Trippie, listen. Here's the thing. Like ya, not a huge fan of Trippie Redd, okay? Personally. I like him. One thing that bothers me, man, is the quantity. There's so much. And releasing an album one day and then the next day releasing a whole new album called the Complete Edition, and it's just got one extra song with a Drake feature on it. Maybe I'm missing a couple other tracks, but I skimmed through it and it looked like the same album just with the Drake song on it. Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Just confidently write your fucking album and have it flow all the way through. I haven't listened to this one yet, but I listened to the last one with the Pegasus on the front, and sorry, but it fucking sucked balls. And you just need to there's some hairs on the desk. You just need to stick to, just don't do the money grab thing. I forget how that makes you extra money, the deluxe thing where you release a deluxe version, but it does. It's a little trick people use, okay? And it's a new thing ever since, Uzi did it with Eternal Atake, and I didn't mind it because I liked the deluxe version, but I realized I was like, the deluxe version is just the full album. It's just better than the other one. And it was just adding a bunch of good songs that fill the album up. And it's like, if it's going to be a deluxe, give me like a live version. Give me like, I think like the Pegasus deluxe version was like spooky. It was called like the Spooky Expansion or something, which back to Trippie Redd. And it was just a bunch of like Halloween sounds at the end. I was like, bro, that's so fucking fucked and funny. That's so silly, dude. Anyway, I like the new Drake track. I mean, it's okay. It's good. But the point of bringing it up is that he apparently disses Kanye on it. And that led to Kanye's post, if you're not in the loop, which he's now deleted on Instagram, but you can find it anywhere, of course, because everyone's probably screenshotted it, where he's in a group chat with who people are suggesting probably includes Drake, and he posts a screenshot of the Joker in his final form from the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie. And he says, I live for this shit. You'll never recover, bro. And you're assuming he's talking about Drake. And it's pretty much confirmed he's talking about Drake in response to how Drake talked about him on this Trippie Redd album or song. But Kanye's pissed. And I just want to say I called it. Remember when I said that Kanye is pushing up on Drake's release date and it's intentional and he's being an asshole about it? Boom. Boom, 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 boom. It was so annoying that Drake featured on a Trippie Redd song, which I don't think he normally would have done. Because he doesn't go for the mumble, or I don't want to call it mumble rap, but the melodic rapper stuff very often, even though he started that whole movement. He doesn't go, let's say, for that new wave of colorful hair and grills rap with Lil Uzi and Yachty and Trippie, and it would have included Juice and X and all that if they were still around, and Lil Peep and stuff. He never seemed like he was interested in that group, and now he's kind of, playing around, Playboy. But he did it Because he was fired up, bro, because of exactly what I said. Yeah, boy. Listen back to the last podcast. The last podcast. Or the one before I forget. Listen to them all. That's a good way of doing this. Actually, I don't know which one it was. Just listen through all of them and try and find that. Just listen through all of them. Put them on repeat. So one time, I got mugged inside a McDonald's for my McDonald's. I was about 13 years old, and all my friends were 14. I remember that specifically because the muggers asked me what my name was and how old I was. Here's how it went down, okay? It's a teeny weeny McDonald's that doesn't exist anymore, okay? And I was there with my buddies, and at 13, if you're anything like I was at 13, if you have $5, it's payday, baby. You got money for days if you got $5. And that day, I didn't have $5, but I had a friend who had like $8, and he was going in for the Big Mac meal, okay? So we went in. I got like a McDouble or some bullshit like that with my toonie. Friend next to me got a couple McDoubles and a junior chicken or some shit. And then my other buddy hadn't gotten anything yet. We were sitting at this table, okay? But you're sitting at this table and you're just kind of, your back is to a wall. But like right where I was sitting, behind me is the whole entire counter of workers, okay? And then the lineups, the little queues, right? But it's tiny. And then the front door is like right there. And then in front of us, our table, there's like another kind of lower top. We were on a high top. There's some smaller ones over there. Okay, so this young man, okay, probably about my age now, probably about 25, just sits down. And we're eating, and we just got our meals, right? And my one friend who hadn't gotten his food yet was sitting there, and I don't think he had any money on him, so he's just like, I'm just not going to get anything, or he wasn't hungry, right? And he's sitting there, and then this guy suddenly sitting there, and I think he's like this Asian dude, and he kind of looks up at us, and he goes, hey, yo. And, he's wearing a big hoodie and like a flat cap down fucking here. And that was never a good sign, dude. Back in 2008, that was the look, bro. That flat cap like that. And then my friend was like, yeah, like all naively. And he was like, you got a quarter? And then he went, no, sorry, man. And we were like, sorry, man. He was like, how'd you buy that then? And we were like, I don't know. I have a card. And then suddenly he gets up and walks up to our table, and he's like, you lying or something like that? And at that point, I've been in that situation so many times. I've never been at knife point or gun point, okay? I'm not going to pretend that I've been through actual shit, but I've been confronted and really terrified and had people take my shit before, okay? Then this other guy comes out of line who was pretending to be in line. He suddenly goes, whoop, beelines over. That was part of the plan. And he walks up to us, and he's the intimidator, right? And he's passing by it, like, going back and forth, like, pacing, okay, around us and keeping an eye on us, right? And my one friend was like, fuck, yeah, okay, like, okay, I got a bit of money. And he pulls out a little stack of change and lays it down, and he puts down like $1.70, okay? And I'm Canadian, so that's like a loony. It looks like nothing. It looks like a pile of shit. And they get, that, he shouldn't have done that, man, because that was disrespect, yo. And they went, really? Really? That's all you got, yo? And this is his head. They were literally right here. They were like, is that all you got? I don't think I like you, yo. I know you're lying, dog. And he was just sitting there like, fuck. He was this really expressive dude. He was just like, fuck. And I was just sitting there like, kind of scared, but also kind of like in my head, I was like, this is so silly. Because I'm like, I don't really think they could do much to hurt us because we're in a McDonald's and there's people ordering apple pies right there. But I was like, I'm not about to go, hey, excuse me, fuck you, or go, excuse me, help. I should have, but I didn't. Anyway, they start going, yeah, is that all you got? Okay, so he's like, where's all the rest of your money? He's like, I spent it on my Big Mac meal. Fuck. And then they were like, all right, so okay, shit. And then they just start reaching into his bag. And they're like, yeah, you taking a bite out of that yet? And they reached into his bag and grabbed like his large fries. The guy supersized it. And he had this large fries, and the guy started going boop, 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 boop. And they were doing all this scary shit like that, pulling it up. And then another friend showed up and started sat down with us to distract the other people as they got their loot and started going, yo, what's your name, yo? And I was like, Ben. And he's like, you look young, man. And I'm like, I'm 13. He's like, the rest of these boys 14? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, we're going to call you Little N-word. So I was Lil N-word. And I was like, okay. And I was like, you want this? I was trying to be so cooperative, bro. And I had like a half-eaten McDouble. And they were like, nah, keep it, Lil N-word. I like you, yo. And I was like, thanks. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, that's so crazy. That's so amazing. You really like me? They really like me. Meanwhile, dude's going, eating this Big Mac. Ooh. And pulling more fries out and going, true, motherfucking true. Bitch ass little motherfucker. And then one of the guys is baked, so fucking baked, and he's the Asian guy from the beginning, and he's sitting there with his flat cap where my friend was sitting, who hadn't gotten his food yet. And then they went, all right, so 1, 2, yo, and like the scare tactics guy was like, where the fuck's that other guy? And then he's like, he's there, he's in line, and he's like, yo, you chilling? He's like, he's telling. And then baked dude from original with the flat cap, he's like, nah, chill. He's buying me a pie, yo. And I looked over at my friend and I went, the fuck? And he was there and he's like, I didn't have cash. And he has his card out. Oh, So the guy's sitting there, just let him, yo, just let him. And my friend's like, I don't know. And then my friend goes up to the lady and buys a pie and goes, here you go. So beta. And gives it to the fucking guy. And the guy's sitting there eating his pie and going, yeah, all right. And as this is all happening, the guy who's sitting with us is teaching us while eating fries how to mug people, how to take their shit. All right, so to do this, it's really simple, actually. Like, it was like good cop, bad cop. He was a good guy. Like, we were like confident, like happy with him, while the other guys were just eating. It's like they take turns doing this. Like, he wasn't even benefiting that much. He was just getting to scare some kids, and like his buddies were gonna eat. But he got to sit there and he was like eating surprise. Here's how you do it, okay? You come up to them, okay, and fuck, that was a good fry. You go up to them, you just scare them a little bit, okay? So you get somebody kind of circling around. He's like, you kind of spook them a little bit, like give them a little bit, the eyes, and, block them off. And then by that point, you can kind of ask for anything if you've already scared them, if you got enough guys, right? So we just kind of plan it out that way. And then eventually you can just, you get free shit. It's dope. Anyway, see you later, Lil Nadine, and the rest of you guys. It's been a blast. Thanks for the McD's. Take it easy. And then they leave. And as they're on their way, I was thinking, what a nice multicultural group of gentlemen. And I realized that the group was like an Asian guy, a black guy, a white guy, and I think an Aboriginal dude. And I was like, what a nice... And now all I think back when I think of that is I go, isn't that sweet? How progressive. A nice group of multicultural gentlemen coming in there and taking all of our shit. Every color of the spectrum. Just the friendliest. They even sat down and taught us how to do it. What a friendly group of guys. Didn't lose any McDonald's. Got some respect. I've never been called the N-word endearingly before. Now I have. Don't think I have since then. Kind of a win-win. Not for my friend, though. He lost his whole entire Big Mac meal and he was starving, yo. He kept going, fuck, I'm starving, yo. I don't have any more money, yo. I'm like, what about that $170? I guess I can order a McDouble. And remember, like I said at the beginning, even $170 goes a long way when you're a little kid. $5 is huge. I'm not saying $170 was nothing. You can get a McDouble with that, especially back in the day. They were like 80 cents back then. Yum. Fucking hell. There were a few times I got kind of mugged like that. One time with my girlfriend, I got so nervous and shaky. So embarrassing. Took me like a week to recover from that. He was like, yo, you know the time, yo? Nah, like, pull out your phone, yo. You got a phone? Or something like that. And I was like, no, man. I know you from school. And he was like, shit. And he kept biking because he recognized me. And I was like, I know your mom, bro. I went to elementary school with you, dog. I know your brother. Except it came up more like, I know you. I know you. Why would you do this? I know you. Why would you do this? My girlfriend's like, Jesus. My girlfriend got on the back of his bike and rode off. Fucking hell, yeah. Subscribe to No Star Power. No Star Power podcast. This channel is going to be a lot of fun, so I want you to be part of it. Okay? Moving forward, I want you to be a part of it. Okay? Because I've got lots of plans, lots of fun plans on this channel, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon, so please subscribe, hit that like button, share the damn thing, and we'll have a blast. Man, that's such a crazy thing that 2008. Now you look at, like, that's a historical time. There were like period piece movies being made about that era, like Vice. No, that was earlier. Like The Big Short and stuff like that. Looking back on, like, I was looking up Drake this morning because I was looking at the controversy, and I was just seeing like when he started, and he started in 2007, I think. Right? That was like right after Degrassi, and that seems like that's so crazy that nobody knew who he was. I think 2006 was his first thing. I don't fucking know. Either way, that story feels like 2 seconds ago, and it was way back in 2008, and that just makes me fucking go, and that just makes me lose my mind. Back then, you know, elementary school, man, my mom would come and pick me up. My mother would come and pick me up from the school, and she knew fucking everyone at the school, like the school moms, like the schoolyard moms. They all knew each other. I had a friend who used to like fake beat up his mom whenever he saw her. It was so funny. And looking back, I'd be like, that's weird. But my mom knew everyone. But just like me, like I've said before, my mom has the funniest stories, bro. And she just reminded me another one when I was at the cottage last week. One time my mom, once again, the queen of social risks. And, you know, we all just get to sit back and benefit from when it doesn't pay off. Because it's so funny. She was sitting with her friend, and she hadn't seen her friend in a long time, right? And basically they were talking about this lady who was going to come to sit with them. And her son, she had these two kids, and I knew one of them because he was in my grade, and my older brother knew the other one because he was in his grade. And the older brother, you know, was probably gay, okay? He showed up to the school in like a pink, you know, like the classic like 303, like Owl City pink zip-up hoodie, 2 sizes too small. But not only that, because that was a look, but he would be like, hey guys, like it was just so, it was one of those things where it was just like, he's probably just gay. And, you know, and then I think this was years later after elementary school even that my brother caught up with the guy again. And then he was like, yeah, he's still definitely, this guy's like gotta be gay. He's just got like that demeanor to him. He's like, he probably is. Okay. So my brother had kind of told my mom that, like, hey, did you know blank was it, you know, he's actually, I think he's getting married and shit, and he's like gay, and he's got like, you know, he's got this whole life together now. I just saw him the other day. It's been a long time. My mom was like, oh, how great. Oh my God, I'm going to see his mom soon. So my mom's sitting down with her close friend about to see that guy's mother. And then she comes in and she sits down and she's like, yeah, no, he's doing great. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. What's his, what's he up to? And then she goes, he's getting married. And then my mom's friend says, oh, who's the lucky lady? And then my mom goes, oh no, he's gay. It's a guy, right? Right? So let's rewind here for a minute. My mom is trying to let my mother's friend off the hook because my mother is so sure, without having confirmed it, that this son of this lady's is gay. So she thinks she's doing a good deed. This is the social risk I'm talking about, okay? This is the thing that other people would probably think through first. And she doesn't. So she says, no, it's a guy, right? He's gay. So sure. No, like, pit in her stomach or anything yet. And then the mom goes, what? Like, really offended. No? Where'd you hear that? And my mom's suddenly like, oh, I don't know. Because now what's running through her head is she's like, oh, I never actually heard that anywhere other than from my son. And it was just from having noticed his behavior. It wasn't even news. It wasn't like he said like, hey guys, I'm seeing my boyfriend. It's my boyfriend. Like, it would have been like, but in our family, we tend to jump to those, or I think we didn't even go, yep, that's the fact. It was like my brother, I think, just was like, yeah, it seems like he might be gay. And then we just kind of ran with that. And my mom realized in that moment that we had never actually confirmed it. It was just something we had talked about so much that we thought it was a thing. And then to the guy's mother, my mother says, oh no, he's gay. Okay. God. And then she's like, what? No, he's not. Where'd you hear that? My mom had to go, oh, like, I don't know. I just thought I heard that from someone. And she's like, from who? And my mom's like, I don't know. And basically, tea party ruined. I'm pretty sure they just ended it there. Because how the fuck do you recover from that? And this lady probably like hates my mom. It's like such a Larry David situation. Now if she ever needs something from that lady, it's going to be one of those like, boom, boom, bum, 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 whatever that song is. I know the theme song, but there's another song in the show, okay? That's a little more like under theme. Under theme? What the fuck am I talking about? Ooh, it's a little warm in here today, guys. On the No Star Power Podcast, please subscribe and like and comment. I love it. I love the attention. Love all the attention to my podcast. I'm just going to keep doing it even though it doesn't get tons of views right now. But one day, I think it will. And I hope that somebody doesn't look back at something I've said and not give me a job because of it. Okay, because these days that shit happens. But you know what? I just gotta fucking do it. Okay, and I don't think anything I'm saying is off the cuff, right? Right? Fuck. You never know. And the stakes are so fucking high. Boom, boom, pow. I got that jacket, my style. I got that kind of my swag. I'm going on next year now. I'm so 2000 and I'm so too game. I want you guys to do something for me, okay? Because here I am talking to you through this microphone and it's going straight into your phone and you're playing it while you're cleaning your house or you're doing the dishes or you're watching TV at the same time, which would be fucking crazy. But if you can do that, power to you. But what I want you to do is I want you to comment on this post, or on this video, not post, on this video. I want you to say, Bungo Supreme. Okay, that's B-U-N-G-O, and then Supreme. You better know how to spell that shit at this point. Period. Put a period at the end, or else you didn't hear this part. Okay, and then I'll know who my tightest circle is. The ones who will join me as we charge forth. Hairball, 1 second. Excuse me. That's a classic impression of a cat bad guy in a movie with animals as the main characters. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys very much. So I got a comment the other day. It's not the first time, okay? And it kind of hurt my feelings, okay? So if you're listening to this person who commented this, don't feel bad because it's just because I'm insecure. They said, hey, that you did. I love this. I love your videos. This is great. Have you ever considered being a voice actor? And I was like, immediately through my head, wasn't taking the compliment like a normal person and going, that's so nice that they like my voice. I went, so I'm gross looking? Is that what you're saying? And then I wrote it off because I was like, oh, it's just one person. And they're probably just not even fucking meaning that. That's fine. And then somebody else went, yo, this is so great. Yo, I can see you doing voice acting. Have you ever considered voice acting? And then I was like, it hit me. Boom. What? Scene from Saving Private Ryan where I'm picking up my arm that's like on Normandy Beach. Because I'm shocked. Getting like bullets are flying by me. What the fuck? I'm trying to be an actor, yo. I want to be an actor on camera. I want to have all the glory. And you think I want to be like Tom Kenny? No, dog. Tom Kenny's a great, but he's also fucking weird, yo. And that's on God. But maybe that's me. Maybe that is me. Okay? Maybe I am Tom Kenny. I love you, Tom Kenny. God damn it. You know, the craziest thing about that is like, I listen to a lot of comedy, like biographies, and I read comedy biographies, and I'm just obsessed with that whole world because I love those people. Okay? Because I feel like I fit into that group. But it's like, it's so cool because you'll be hearing like Mark Maron. He's like talking about like an old thing. Mark Maron with a little lisp or whatever. And he's like, yeah, so back in the day we had this like, we were doing this like, you know, we were at the Comedy Store. And we're fucking, yeah, you were there, right? You were there, right. You were coming, you were like before, I think Tom Kenny was on that bill or something like that. And he's like talking about, and then weirdly I realized like, oh, like at one point, Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, okay, and Ice King, and many, many others, like he's like an insanely prolific voice actor. And you should know that by now. He's also Patsy the Pirate, bro. Fucking iconic. I'm not even, that was kind of facetious, but I actually really like Patsy the Pirate. It's hilarious. Anyway, he was like a stand-up at one point. He was like, he probably, you know, because you never know what your end goal is. We do. We know he ended up doing SpongeBob and changing the fabric of modern comedy. But he probably was like, I'm just going to do a stand-up. And maybe he did know. Maybe he was like, voice acting is my thing. I want to be in animation. But he also could have not. He could have been like, I'm going to be like Johnny Carson. I'm going to be a radio host like Howard Stern. I'm going to be doing, you know, you never know. Like, you never know. I'm at that point in my life where I don't know what the fuck I'm going to end up doing. I could be a fucking man on the side of the road living in a box. But I could also be a stand-up comedian, you know. And at one point, there he was on stage doing stand-up. And then, it probably helped him. It's not like it was all for nothing. But do you think of him as a stand-up now? Do you think of him as like a panel comedian? No. He's a voiceover guy. Not voiceover guy. That's demeaning. He's a voice actor. And that's true. You know, so it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see that stuff, man. But I don't know. I don't know what my path is, dude. I'm just going with it, man. That's the best part of life, dog. Okay, and you just got to stop. Don't think about what the future holds, and don't worry about the fact that on top of all your normal anxieties, the world is kind of coming to an end, like literally like falling apart. And don't think about the horrible atrocities happening overseas with the Taliban taking over Afghanistan after all these years, which I didn't even think was on the brink of taking place because I don't read the news. Which is probably a big problem because there's probably a lot of people like me who don't do that and weren't even aware of it until it was a headline that they did take it over. But don't be worried about that. There's no need for that. Just be happy and keep enjoying yourself. I'm going to sing this song one more time for you. A-do-do-do-do-do-ba-ba. Well, we created a show and I thought it would blow up. We pitched it to networks, but nobody showed up. They said it lacked a quality that guaranteed longevity. It had no celebrities. So I made a podcast and I needed to name it. My friend's mom suggested I could always just frame it with the industry standard term for why the show floundered and call my show No Star Power. Thank you guys for joining me this week. Please hit that subscribe button and join me next week for another fun foolishly time where we're going to be hanging out and singing out now because I got a song. We're going to be janking out. We're going to be doing it all with our dicks out, man. Because this week don't got my shit together or nothing, man. I had this beard, man. Oh, shit, man. And I'm a little bit off today, man. Watch my movie, please. It's called My First Movie. And it's formatted like a iMovie HD movie that you would have made way back in the day. Okay? And in it, I watch my very first movie that I ever made. And it's pretty funny. And, yeah, I watch it to get inspiration, which, yeah, I do sometimes, okay? I watch old stuff I make to get inspo, kind of like Shia LaBeouf that one time where he wore a fucking bag on his head and watched all his movies in a row. That's me. Okay, with the bag. I do the bag, too. I put the bag on, I cut fucking holes in it for eyes, ears, and mouth. To the point where I might as well not even have a bag on my head because you can kind of tell it's me. And I'm just watching my old stuff, just sitting there and fucking... Yes. Yes, nice. Nailed it. Analyzing it like I'm hitting Simone Biles' tricks and flips. Calling them tricks. That's probably so rude for them. Okay. Thank you, guys. This has been really fun. It's been nice talking to you guys. I gotta hang out, though. Yeah, my mom's calling me, so I gotta go to dinner, so I gotta hang up. But I will call you guys back next Tuesday. Does that work? Okay. I'll give you another call back next Tuesday, and we'll do this again, because this was really great. Okay, I gotta go to work now, so I'll just hang up. Okay, gotta hang up. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.